Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining the session. So today's session would be on the product updates which we have delivered in the month of January. Okay, so since there are a lot of people who are yet to join, so we'll wait for 5 more minutes and we'll start the session sharp at 12:05. Okay, so meanwhile, our today's chat support, Mr. Bhargav, would be adding out the handouts in the handout column so that you would be able to refer till we start the session. Okay, thank you. I hope I'm audible to everyone. Is it because I've heard a lot of people mentioning not audible? Yep, thank you. Right. So, hi everyone. I'm back as it's Thursday again. So, for all the people who don't know me, this is Javed, and I'm working as a senior product specialist at Keka HR. And today we have Aarti, who would be dealing with all your queries over the chat. Okay. And today the topic we are discussing is on the product updates which we have delivered in the month of January. Okay, so there are very interesting topics which we have delivered in the month of Jan, like different topics such as skip approval level after X number of dates, and email notification for the declarations, and leave accrual based on the joining date, which we got recently. Today we have got it in place, and we got even got shift allowance, OKR. I mean, in PMS we got OKR import for managers, and we have completely revamped the approval timesheet approvals page, and few updates in Hiro as well. We have got different formats that you can upload in candidate profile, and we have got a scorecard which was very much demanding requirement from many of our clients regarding the interview scorecard. So these are very frequently asked features by many of our customers, which is interview scorecard. And moving on to mobile application, we have got remote clock-in using the face recognition. Okay, so these are the couple of interesting features which we would be dealing today in detail. Okay, so let me just quickly share my screen and start up with module wise, which would be the core HR. So let me begin with the core HR, then we'll proceed on with leave, payroll, attendance, then assets, then PMS, projects, Hydro, and mobile app. Okay, let me just quickly share my screen and please confirm once you're able to view so that I can go ahead. Can you please confirm out the chat if you're able to view so that we can go ahead? Uh, in case if there is any blur, please don't worry. I'll make sure that's visible for you. Yep, yep. Thank you so much for the confirmation. So coming to the core HR updates, we have some features. Just give me a minute. Right. So I'll surely zoom in the page. Okay. So this update is related to the all the clients which have opted in for the custom roles and permissions. Okay, so you may have the query regarding like what do we mean by custom roles and permissions. Okay, so Keka would be providing your roles and permissions where you would where you would be able to manage all the roles regarding HR manager, HR executive, payroll admin. Okay, so apart from the roles which you have for the specific modules, okay, so if you want any custom roles where you can create a custom role, and if you want to manage activities depending upon the role, like what are the different things that he can manage and what he can do, view or edit, all the settings you can manage in the custom roles and permissions. Okay, so again, this would be an add-on for your subscription if it is not part of your subscription. Okay, so let me brief about the feature which we got in place now. Okay, so earlier we have only few modules which are related to attendance, employee finance, Keka hire. We even didn't have Keka hire. We just had leave, payroll, and PMS. Okay, so recently in this update we got few features. I'll just make you walk through the path again from from where we can do that. Okay, so you need to click on settings, then you will be having a thing called as roles and permissions. Okay, so once you click on roles and permissions, all the roles which you have created would be visible here in case if you have created any custom role. Okay, so if you want to edit that custom role, you have an option to edit, right? Is my voice breaking or am I audible? Can you just let me know, because I see a comment its voice is not audible. Okay, okay, thank you. Right. Right. Sorry for the interruption. Like, yep. So you can click on that particular role. Okay. So you can select the module, right? If you want to give the permission of assets, you can select all the different categories like which you want to give: view asset, inventory, add asset, individual asset. So user can manually add assets to the inventory from the UI. Okay. So if you want to give it for the attendance, view employee attendance details, employee for adjustment. So user can edit, delete or time entries, regularize days with attendance dispensary. So he can manage all these activities. Okay. So one interesting thing which we will be concentrating on the recent in which we got in core HR is manage employee settings. So many customers were asking for a role where you can manage the employee settings, like all employees profile details, who can manage or view employee reports, download reports, who cannot view the employee finance and all. They should only get an option to view all the employee profile, but they should not be able to edit or delete anything. Okay. So you got a custom option where you can manage all the activities over there. So once you opt this module of custom roles and permissions, you will get an numerous options for all the activities to manage by creating different roles. So there is no such restriction for creating any role in this, like you can create only 5 roles or 4 roles or 5 6 users. No such restriction. So you can create a number of users, so you can manage all the activities. So you have the setting for different modules as well. For employee finance, for employee documents, like whether he can view documents or add or edit documents, delete employee documents, for attendance, for assets, for engage, expense, help desk, HRIS, hiro, leaves, payroll, PMS. So you can manage all these activities. So as of now, we don't have it for the timesheets, which is in production, and you will get that option as well soon. Okay. So this is one of the special feature which we got in place for the core HR. Okay. So moving on the next update, which is from the leave module, which is from the leave module. So we got skip approval level after a number of days. Okay. So we'll just go to that particular module. Okay. Right. So we'll navigate again to time attend, leave plan. Okay. So for let me just brief me about this feature as well. So whenever then in any approval is not approving the leave after X number of days, so we get an option to skip the approval chain for that. Okay. So I'll just quickly go. So where do we have the approval chain? So approval chain you would be having in the 6th page. So I'll just quickly navigate to that particular page. Just give me one quick minute. Right. Right. So coming to the skip approval chair option. Okay. So you have it under skip approval. Just give me a minute. Right. So whenever you click on skip up, so we have an option. So whenever the level 1 is not approving for X number of days, okay, let's assume if the approver is not approving for 5 days or till 5 days, so you can skip it to the next level. Okay. So that he can take an action on it. Okay. So in case if you want to have one more approval chain, if the leave is not getting approved, okay, so you can just give it as 2 days so that it goes to the next level of approval chain. So once it's not getting approved, so this is one of the very demanding requests which we got in recent times. Like you would, many clients were requesting for an skip and of approval chain when the reporting manager goes on a leave, when there is a leave which is yet to be approved by the reporting manager of an employee. So it's getting delayed. Okay. So right. So this is one of the interesting feature which we got in place. Right. Right. So moving on, the next feature is from the payroll modules. So we have email notification for the declarations. Okay. So since I would not be able to show that in the real time, so I'll just show you how do you get that email notifications. I think many of them you are getting that now in the recent times. Just give a quick minute. Right. Right. So whenever the employee requests for any declarations, right? So you will be getting payroll admin would be getting an email on that saying that there are 17 declarations awaiting for the approval. So you would be getting everything in detail. Okay. So this is like an email notification for you regarding the all the IT declarations which were submitted by the particular employee. Okay. So you would be getting an email notification on the complete details. Right. Okay. Sorry. I'll just try to be a bit slow in this. Okay, can you just let me know if you are clear about this other modules which are discussed till now for the core HR and leave modules so that we can proceed with the payroll? I'm really sorry I missed out the chats. Definitely, just let me recap regarding this leave setting which we have discussed, as we have some requests on it, right? So whenever there is a any leave request which is not getting approved for x number of days, okay, so if you want to skip that leave approval, so we have that setting over here. So you can navigate to leave plans, okay, so you can go to that particular leave type and you have an option to edit. Okay, so once you click on this option to edit, okay, so approval level would be in the sixth page. You can manage the settings in the sixth page. So we'll just uh, go to that sixth page now, right? So when we quickly go to that sixth page, so I think you're able to view this now. So does this leave request require an approval? Okay, so in case if there is an only one single level of approval, so we would not be able to skip this approval because we have only one approval chain. Okay, so in case if you have a number of approval chains or two levels of approval chain, so you'll be having an option to skip to next level after 5 days if this reporting manager is not responding on that leave request. Okay, so this is the option which we are talking about. So this setting can be managed for the different levels again. So in case if you have again a level 3 of approval, okay, so in case if this request is not getting approved after 2 days of the L2, so you can skip it to the L3. Okay, so this is how you can manage the settings which we have now. Okay, so yes, are we clear on this settings part of the leave? Okay. Let's go to the payroll part now. Right. So I'll make sure that after every module, I'll make sure if everyone is clear. So then I will go forward to the next module. so that we will everyone be on the same page. Okay. So right. So as I mentioned, since I would not be able to show it in the real time, so I'll just show you like how do we get it. Okay. Email notifications for the declarations. Right. So whenever any employee submits any IT declarations for the approval, okay, so you would be getting it as a mail to the payroll admin. Okay, so payroll admin would be getting all the emails regarding this approval for the IT declarations. So whichever submitted by the employee. Okay, so in case to view all the list of all declarations made by employees and take an action on them. So as soon as you click on this particular link, you would be routed to the Keka. Okay, so you would be routed to Keka where you would be approving all the IT declarations from the IT declarations page. Okay, so in case if they are approved, okay, so employee would be getting an email on this saying that IT declarations approved, following IT declaration submitted, you have been approved. Even employee would be getting. Okay, so right, so even when the IT declarations are rejected, even you would be getting an email on that saying that following declarations have been rejected by the payroll admin. Okay, so even earlier we didn't have the option to provide a comment for the approval or reject. So now if we even capturing the rejection reasons, even approval reason we are capturing. So whenever any IT declarations is approved or rejected, so we are capturing a reason with it. What was the reason for getting it rejected? So that even employer would be aware of it. Okay, so one more note over this is these emails will be sent in between 4 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the evening time. Okay, so there is a trigger time for this which has been created by our dev team. So which is that the employees would be getting or payroll team would be getting emails on this from the time between 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Right. So one more interesting option which we got in the recent time is like ability to add an option comment while approving any declarations. Okay, so I'll just quickly go to that payroll page. Okay, where we approve the IT declarations. Okay, so I'll navigate to payroll admin. So I'll just go to payroll admin. Right, so I've navigated to payroll admin. Then we have a tab called as IT declarations over here, IT declaration approvals. Okay, so I'll just click on employee. I'll just search for that employee for whom I need to approve. I'm explaining you the option which we got in the recent time. So I'll just click on manage. Right, so earlier we didn't have an option to uh, write a comment while approving any request. So now we got it in place. So this was also by requested by many of our clients regarding an uh, comment box where they need to provide any comment when there is action taken on the IT declaration submitted by the employee. So where you will be getting an option where you can approve or reject this. So in case if you want to reject, you can provide the comment as well. Confirm. So that email can employee would be getting an email on this saying that your submission has been rejected, IT declaration submissions. Okay, so this is how you can manage this activity. Okay, so are we clear so far on the payroll part as well? Right, right. Thank you. So we'll move on to the next update regarding the attendance. So which is again one more interesting topic regarding the shift allowance. Okay, right. So I'll just brief you about the shift allowance as well. Just give me one quick minute. Right. So shift allowance is basically useful when any of your employee works on a night shift or works on a different, the employee works, if you want to give any amount to that particular employee, okay, apart from his regular shift, if you want to give any amount, you can just create a shift allowance. Okay, so how do we create a shift allowance? Just let me guide you through that. Okay, so you can navigate to time attend, shifts and weekly off and holidays. Okay, so I'll help you understand again with the path. Time attend, shift, weekly off and holidays. Then you have a top tab called as shift allowance. Okay, first of all you need to create a shift code, then you will be assigning it to the shift allowance policy. Okay, so right, so this is a very similar thing what we have for overtime as well. Okay, so settings would be similar. So I'll just click on add shift allowance code. So I'll just try to add one shift code allowance. So I just gave some name, pay code. So pay code should be a three-letter word. So which would be defining your name of this particular component. So how do you calculate? Okay, so basic of payment calculation. So how do you do this particular component? So whether you want to give a standard amount calculation, so whether you want to give it a standard calculation or whether you want to calculate on basic, so you can calculate it your way, like however you want to calculate. So it can, you can even use the formula basis as well. So in case if you want to calculate basic into 40% or gross minus basic into 40%, so you can calculate using as per your requirement. Okay, so as soon as you create a shift allowance code, you need to create a shift allowance policy. Okay, so you need to click on add shift allowance policy. Right, so as soon as you click on shift allowance policy, you would be routed to this particular page where you need to give an shift name of this. Okay, so right, shifts to be considered for the purpose of shift allowance calculations, yes. Okay, define duration to consider for shift start time and pay code for the payment. Okay, how do you want to calculate the shift payment for this particular employee? Okay, if the shift start time is between, in case if you want to give the shift allowance for the particular employee who works between 9 p.m. okay to 3 a.m., shift is paid as, so this is our shift, is our calculation made. Okay, so you can create multiple levels as well. Okay, so in case if the employee works between 4 a.m. okay, so if we want to create it, the shift is between 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay, so we can create a different shift code. Okay, so these are different shift codes which were already created. So this is the only shift code which we have created. Okay, so I'll try to allot this shift code. Okay, right, so we also have one more option which is ignore employees who are assigned with flexible shift for the purpose of shift allowance consideration. Okay, so it, in many of the organization, if the employee works in a flexible shift, okay, so they would not be following under this, they would not be falling under this shift allowance policy. Okay, so in case if you want to ignore that, so you can select this option, so that all the employees who would be working under the flexible shift would not be falling under this shift allowance policy. Okay, so right, so we have one more option, like if you would like to configure shift allowance against predefined shifts. Okay, so if in case if you have any predefined shifts, okay, so if the shift is between, so right, if the shift is a shift, so then if you would pay, what is the amount? So in case if you don't want to configure based on the timings, okay, so in case if you want to allot the amount based on the shift, okay, So you can also manage that. So in case if you don't want to allot it based on the timings, okay, so if the shift timing is between 9 a.m. to 3 a.m., if you don't want to do that way, so you can also configure one more setting, which is if the shift is a shift. Okay, a shift can be from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay, so B shift can be from 2 p.m. to 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Again, C shift can be from night 10 p.m. to morning 6 a.m. Okay, so if you want to manage that shift wise also, you can manage that. Okay, so if any employee works in the C shift, you can give the pay pay this category. Okay, so if the employee works in B shift, so allot one more category. Okay, so one more other option we have, which is ignore shift allowance calculation. If work hours of employees less than, let's assume if the employee doesn't work in that particular shift for 90 hours, okay, let's assume for 45 or 75 hours, okay, gross hours or effective hours, you can manage the settings over there. Okay, so as of now, you can consider the gross hours. So once you are done with the settings, you can just click on save. Okay, so our shift policy has been created. Okay, so what are the things we have managed? So if the employee works in the C shift, then the allowances is paid as SCA pay code. If the employee is in the B shift, then the shift is paid as 102. This is the shift code. Okay, right. Okay, so we need to assign it to employees as well. Okay, so in case if you want to assign it to employees, so you need to navigate to again time attend, shift, week off and holidays and assignments. Okay, so there you have shift allowance assignments. So there you would be selecting, we have an option to filter department wise or location wise or shift allowance policy. So I'll just select all these people who are part of the previous shift policies. So I'll just try to select them and update the shift allowance policy effective from 1st of Feb. Doesn't have any end date, so that I'm just saying that this shift doesn't have any end date. Shift allowance policy. So I'll just assign my policy shift allowance. So and just click on update shift. So this is how you assign in a bulk. In case if you want to assign shift allowance policy to employees in bulk. Okay. Uh, Many of you will have a question like, oh, if the employee would have a shift already been assigned. Okay, shift is a different thing and shift allowance is a different thing. Shift is the thing where employee works on that particular timings. You will be creating at on which timings the employee would be working for a regular timing. Okay, so shift allowance is an pay to that employee. Okay, in case if the employee's regular shift is on A shift, okay, regular shift employee, if he works in the shift of C shift, then he would be then you would be paying the pay code of SCA. Okay, so this is the difference between the shift and shift allowance. Okay, so in case if you want to do it in a manual way, so how do we do that? I'll even show you that as well, like how to assign a shift allowance policy to a employee. Okay, so I'll just navigate to one of the employee's profile. So I'll just navigate to his job. So there you have an option of shift allowance policy assign effective from 1st of Feb. Which policy? If this shift doesn't have any end date, I'll just click on this. Just click on update. So this is done. So this is how you allot a shift allowance policy to the employee. Okay, shift allowance policy would be visible in the tab of employee time. Okay, so this is again a recent update which we got in the recent times. Okay, so this is how you manage all the activities related to the shift policy. Okay, so Let me know if you're clear about this so that we can proceed further to the next module about the assets. Right. Okay. Okay. So moving on the next module, which is assets. Okay. So earlier we didn't have an option to manage the assets. Mm, many there are many clients which were requesting for the location based asset manager. Okay, so earlier there were many requests regarding this location manager assets, so that they can manage assets based upon the location. Okay, so earlier there was an issue facing by a lot of our clients saying that assets are even visible for the asset manager who is working for the Hyderabad. Okay, actually Pune should be visible for him. Okay, so which was creating a confusion for them. Okay, so for managing this concern, we have created scope based role for this particular module, which is assets. So for managing this activity, you can do it under asset manager. So I'll just navigate. So again, if you want to manage this activity, you need to navigate to settings, roles and permissions, then asset manager, right? So manage users. So let's assume if you want to manage, if you want to first allot an asset manager who would be managing all the assets of different locations. So let's assume I want to assign one person. He would so scope all employees so that he would be able to be all employees assets. Okay. So in case if you want to manage it group wise, so right. So you can manage is region wise or department wise or location wise. Okay. So as of now, I'll try to manage it location wise. Okay, so who would be managing this activity? So I've assigned some other person, which is Chetan Kumar. So only Chetan would have access only for the Hyderabad location assets. So any employee who has been assigned with the location of Hyderabad, all the assets he would be able to even assign assets to the employees who are working at the location of Hyderabad. Okay, so if you want to assign a different, let's assume if you want to assign it for the Chennai, if you want to assign a different person, you can again manage that setting. Okay, so this is how you manage this activity, manage users as per your scope. Okay, so once you're done, so you can click on save. So whenever you make any changes to settings, please convey the users to relog in so that the changes would get effective. Okay, so this is from the assets. So are we clear on this so that we can go further? Okay, let me just. Right. So recently we got it for the PMS, like import of the OKR by the reporting manager. Okay. So reporting manager now would be able to do the OKR imports for them for all his employees. Okay. Just give me one quick minute. Huh? For the inconvenience, let me just continue. Right. Right. So earlier, for all the clients who have opted for the performance management on Keka, okay. So there was a question and there was a query related to the OKR import. Okay, so they can do that from this particular tab manage. So they can do the OKR import for the teammates. Okay, the reporting manager can do that. Okay, so how do they do that? So they need to navigate to my team, performance, and manage objectives. Okay, so my team, performance, manage objectives. Okay, and active objectives. Okay, so I'll help you understand with the path again. So it's again under my team, performance, and manage objectives, then active objectives. Okay, so there you have an option in the on the right side. You have an option to add it in a single way, like add objective, like what is the objective type, whether it's an individual or a department or a company based. Okay, so in case if you want to include in the review or not, so you can manage this activity. Okay, so earlier we had only for an single objective at a time. Okay, so which was creating a huge burden on the reporting manager front as well. So for addressing that, we have got this option of import objectives and import objective with the key results. Okay, so by using this Excel template, okay, reporting managers can import the objective name, objective title, objective type, what is the time frame, who can see, key result. So we can manage all these activity using this particular Excel report. Okay, so this is one of the option which we got in the performance management system, which is import of the OKRs in bulk by the reporting manager. Okay, so right, so are we clear on this PMS so that we can proceed to the next module, which is projects? Right, Ashik, we can create a session on PMS so that you would be able to understand more in depth. So in this session, we would be just covering about the topics regarding this. Right, so we'll be covering even this face recognition option as well. Right, so moving on the next topic, which is project updates. Let me just quickly go to that update. Right, so this is a small change in the UI. Okay, so just regarding this project approvals. Okay, whenever you navigate to project timesheet, okay, so there you have approvals. Okay, what are the different projects which are submitted by the employee are different and waiting for approval. Okay, so whenever any timesheet has been submitted by the employee, okay, so you would be able to just view like what are the employee worked on, how many hours, how many billable, and how many non-billable. Okay, so it was difficult to manage like what are the different projects that employees worked and what are the different tasks that he has worked. Okay, so now we have made it much simpler. Okay, simpler over here. So if you just view it for the Shruti Moku, okay, here she has submitted 4 timesheet entries. Okay, so if you just click on this 4, okay, so you would be able to identify like for which time period she has submitted and on which date she has submitted. So in case if you want to just approve this timesheet from the period of November 30 to December 6, you can approve. Okay, so in case if you want to just brief more like what on which task that she has worked, okay, and what are the different comments that she has provided for every day that the task she has been completed, so you will be able to capture that activity. Okay, so earlier it was not much detail about this. Now we have got everything in detail. Okay, so let me just brief you again. Okay, right, so whenever you navigate to project timesheets, okay, so you have managed timesheets. Okay, so here you can manage this by approver or by project wise. So in case if you want to capture each project wise for this particular project, how many approvals are pending. So here I can see for BRS, There are two projects which are pending for approval. And the employees who submitted are Daminem Park. I'll just elaborate more. Right. So he worked for this particular project, and the comment he provided is test. And in case he provided any document for this particular project, you can also view that. Okay. So this is very much in detail now. So it's getting very easier for user as well for getting this approved so that he can view completely in detail. Okay. So even we are getting positive response from many of our clients regarding this recent update, which we got revamp of these approvals. Okay. So right. So are we clear on this update regarding this approval so that we can move to the next topic, which is Hiro Keka hire. So there are two new updates which we got in place. Murali Krishna will try to create an Q&A session of this session once we complete all the different modules. Okay. So once we complete all the different modules, till then, Aarti would be assisting you on your queries till then. Okay. So right, let me just again brief me about this approver, like how do we do that? Okay. So in case if there is any approver which is pending, you can just click on that particular number. You would be navigated to a particular page where you would be able to view some brief about this particular employee who submitted his timesheet between the period of November 30 to December 6. So again, beside the employee name, you have an arrow mark. So once you click on that, so again, you would be able to view like what are the different tasks that he has been completed by that particular employee. Okay. So in that particular task, what are the comments that he provided? Okay. So once you confirm, if you want to approve only one task at a time, and if you want to reject this task, you can also do that. So if you want to approve this, you can click on approve. So it gets approved, right? So this is how you manage the different activities. Right. So can we mode the Hiro updates? So in case if you are clear about the timesheets. Right. Okay. Just give me a few minutes. I need to log into the Hiro module. Just give me a few minutes. I'll share you my screen in next 5 minutes. Just give me a few minutes. Right. Just let me share my screen. Give me a minute. Yep. Yep. Can you hear me now? I've shared you my screen regarding this Keka Hero updates. Please confirm if you are able to view. Yep. Okay, right. So recently we got two different updates, which is earlier there was issues in unable to update different formats in candidate profile. Okay, so that was one option, and we got interview scorecard rating as well. Okay, so first of all, we'll go into the different formats in candidate profile what we have. Right, just right. Right. So if you navigate to any employee's job profile, okay, so I'll just go to any of particular job post, and from that I'll just pick one candidate profile. Okay. So earlier we were so earlier we were restricting like only particular documents for the upload like PDF, Word, or Docs. We were restricting to that. Okay, so now we have different document types to be. You would be able to upload all the different documents, whatever they have by the employee. Okay, so you would be able to upload that. Okay, so in case if you want to download the files which were uploaded by the you want to okay, so if you want to attach, so you can attach any document. Just give me a minute, my internet got a bit slow. Just give me a few minutes, huh? Right. So you would be able to upload all the documents from here. So you can upload the resume or any application form if you want to attach any file. So you can upload all the documents. So even we have increased the size up to 10 MB. Okay. So earlier it was around 2 to 5 MB. Okay. So we have increased the size as well to 10 MB. Okay. So even if you have any documents which were submitted by the candidate during the pre-boarding, so you would be able to view it here. Okay, so you can upload different documents over here. Right, so moving on the other option which was about talking about the scorecard. Okay, so to manage the scorecard settings you need to navigate to settings. Okay, so under hiring you have the tab called as scorecard. So I think you are able to view settings and scorecard. Okay, right. So you need to create a rating scale. So rating scale, earlier we have this feature if you remember. So if you have earlier we had only this feature which is called rating scale. Now we even got this scorecard library. Okay, so how do we do that? How do we manage the scorecard category? Okay, so first of all we need to add category. Okay, so how do you examine the candidate whenever he clears a particular round? Okay, so we can do that over here. Behavior, telephone round. Okay, so you can create a category name saying that behavior in a telephonic round. You can create a section name sections, so you can create different sections. So like I'll just create a category saying that behavior oral communication. So this is one of the skill set. How do you rate the candidate? Sorry. Okay, so in case if you want to provide any instructions to the interview, you can also provide. So this is one of the skill set. Is my screen clear for everyone? Please just confirm. I see that many people are. Oops, really sorry. Can you just give me one minute? I'll share you my screen once again. And I'll try to zoom it a bit so that you. Okay, so is it visible now? Yeah, yeah. Thanks for the confirmation. Right. So I'll start from the beginning again regarding the scorecard. Okay, because it's one of the most required feature now. Okay, so you can navigate to settings and scorecard. Okay, so under rating scales, we have our earlier settings for the higher, no higher, yes, no, and a star rating. So this was the earlier settings which we had. So along with the settings, so we also got the scorecard library. Okay, so where you can create your own skill set for the particular job. You can create all the different categories for the candidate. Okay, so I'll just show you like how you can manage this same thing. So you need to click on add category. So I'll just say behavior. Just zoom it. So, right. So behavior over telephonic telephonic interview. Okay, so you can create a sections. Okay, so you can create a section saying that behavior of employee, behavior of the candidate. So in that you can say oral communication. How was the oral communication of the candidate? So these are the different questions that you can create for the interviewer. Okay, so that he can answer all of them after the interview has been completed. Okay, so you can create oral communication. You can create mm, what we can say confidence. So likewise, you could be able to create all the different questions. How was his response for questions? So likewise, you can create different categories. Okay. So you can create different categories. So once you are done, so you need to click on save. Okay. So we have created a scorecard category, which is behavior over telephonic interview. Okay. So we have a task over here now. So which is to assign this particular category to that particular job post. Okay, so we need to go to the particular job post. We need to go to the particular job post. You need to click on job details. Okay, so you need to click on job details. You need to click on the hiring flow. So as soon as you click on the hiring flow, okay, so you have an option to, so let's you haven't added, let's assume the thing which we have created, like behavior of the candidate, okay, of over telephonic round. So if you want to assign it for this particular round, who would be taking care of this? So manager round, okay. So let's assume this manager round would be on telephonic, okay. So in case if you want to provide any, okay, so if you want to provide any questions for this particular round, so you can select it from here. You'll select all, so that, so whenever the interviewer completes interviewing the candidate, so he need to answer all these questions, like how was his oral communication, how was his confidence, how was his response for the questions, okay. So you need to provide this feedback. So I'll just go to the any particular employee, okay. So I'll just navigate to review scorecard. So I can provide feedback on different stages. So how do we, like we have created for the manager round. So I'll just click on manager round. So we have an option to add feedback on manager round. So this is the score category, like oral communication. How was his oral communication? Good, average, bad, confidence, whether he was confident or not. 50% confident. So response for all questions. So you need to give even the feedback. This is the overall feedback. We'll just click on submit, right? So during the manager round, this was the feedback which he has submitted. So you would be able to capture. So if you want to get a detailed list, so you can get it this way, like what. So here we have two different options: detailed list and simple list. So simple list is for oral communication, good, and a comment provided. Confidence, average, and a comment provided. Response, good, and comment provided. So if you want it in a detailed way, so I'll just click on the detailed way. It was good. So you can manage everything over here, like in the settings tab of the scorecard. Okay, so you can create different scorecard categories. Even for the interviews, you can create. So you can create everything in detail. Okay, so in case if you have any queries on this, so you can just reach out to support so that they can help you more in detail on this. Okay, okay, so that we can help you over the call as well. Okay, right. So are we clear so far on this updates from the Hyro, so that we can move on to the mobile app updates? Yeah. Thank you. So we have this is the last module today that we will be covering. Just give me a few minutes. I'll just share you my screen. Right. Can you please confirm if you're able to view my screen? Right. So we'll just proceed. So recently we got this update in the mobile application, which is face recognition during the remote clock-in of the employees. Okay. So we got this recent update saying that whenever any employees do say remote clock-in, okay, so we are capturing the employees' face recognition as well, so that the employee can take a selfie on it. Okay. So I'll just quickly show you like how can you manage that settings on Keka. Right. To manage this settings, so you need to navigate to time attendance tracking, and capture scheme. Okay. So you need to navigate again. I will repeat. So you need to navigate to attendance tracking, and capture scheme. Okay. So there already you would have been created the capture scheme for as per your policy. Okay. So in case if you want to enable selfie clock in for employees whenever they do the remote clock in, so you need to click on update the capture scheme. Okay. So you need to again I repeat, so you need to go on to that particular capture scheme and you need to click on update. So once you click on update, so you need to navigate to the third page. So you will be not making any changes to this first or second page, so I'll just do the changes for the third page. Okay. So right, so here we have the option. Okay. So this is the option which I was talking about. So do you require employees to take selfies when doing remote clock in and clock out? Okay, right. So defaultly the system would be selecting no, employees are not required to upload selfies when doing remote clock in or clock out. Okay, so in case if you want to go with if selfie is required, so you just need to click on yes. Okay, so yes, employees are required to upload selfie. So you have four different options again over here. Only for first clock in of the day, or during all clock ins, or during all clock outs, or first punch in and first punch out. Okay. So you can select you can select this option over here. Like if you want only for the first clock in of the day, or you want for every clock in. So whenever the employee clocks in, okay. So if you want a selfie to be taken by the employee, so I can select the second option. In case if the employee clock outs any point of the time, okay, so if you want a selfie on it, so even you can enable this option. So in case if you want it for the every punch in and punch out, so you can enable the fourth option. So in case what happens if you select the fourth option is, so whenever the employee punch in or punch out, you would be getting, so you would be getting images of the employee for every punch in and punch out. Okay. Right. So the next option is facial recognition. Okay. So do you want enable facial recognition to authenticate employees when taking selfie? Okay. So what happens is, so whenever they click on, so when you enable this option, yes. Okay. So employees, I mean, employee need to authenticate. Okay. So whether he want to enable face camera or not. Okay. So if you don't want any authentication, you just need to click on no. Okay. So in case if you select it as yes, employee would be notified with a notification box saying that whether you want to enable camera or not. Okay. So then employee would be able to, so in case if you enable yes, then employee would be getting a notification box saying that user system is asking for your access for the camera to switch on the selfie so that you can take a picture of it for every punch in and punch out of yours. Okay. So in case if you don't want any authentication, so whenever the employee doesn't punch in, automatically the system comes up, the system opens up the camera of the mobile. Okay, so these are the options which need to be taken care if in case if you want to enable the selfie clock-in. Okay, so apart from this, I suggest you not to disturb any of the other options. Okay, so which are already fixed. Okay, so once you enable this option, so you might have a question like how do an employee do the selfie clock-in now? Since I would not be showing it to you now, so I'll just show you how do we have the features in place. Okay, so right, so as I mentioned, like once you enable this option of yes, enable facial recognition to authenticate employees. Okay, so employees would be able to, once they click on clock in for the day. Okay, so as soon as they click on clock in for the day, right, so they would be able to view this option. Okay, so enterprise grading security, advanced facial recognition, click check in anywhere, anytime. So whether they want to register your face now or not. Okay, so once this click on this option, they would be ready to take the selfie one. Please align your face. So as soon as they align, selfie would be taken. Okay, so once you take the selfie, your registration would be done. So this would be an one time activity to register for the selfie clock in. So once they register, it would not be asking for daily, so you just need to take a selfie and just need to do the remote clock in. Okay, so once they register, the next option would be like please align your face, everyday activity. So once they clock in, fetching location. So this is how they do the remote clocking. So every day they need to do the selfie clocking. So in case if you enable this option, okay. So first of all, they need to, once you enable this option, as I mentioned, they need to do the one-time enrollment. So whenever we bought a new mobile, right? So we do the fingerprint sensoring, right? So we'll make sure that our finger is completely registered with our mobile. So this is the same case what we do it over here for the registration process. So we'll register your face. So whenever you do a remote login, so it just checks with the data which you provided earlier. So if it matches, so you'll be able to remote login. Okay. So this is how you do the remote login using the selfie, or you may call it as facial recognition. Okay, so right, so that's comes to the end of the session with all the different updates which we got in the recent time in the month of Jan. Okay, so right, so Shrinkala, not simply selfie, if any proxy punching there, how it is showing deviation or proxy. Shrinkala, can you just elaborate more like in case what you're talking about the proxy and all? Definitely, you would be getting the recording of the session over the emails, Ashik. If any employee does punch on behalf of any other employee. So Shrinkala, so actually they would not be able to do that selfie clock in place of any other employee. Okay. So right. So if any employee, so that's the reason. See, I'll just share you my screen again. I'll just show it once again. So like we do have for the um, mobile finger sensoring, so we have it for the Keka as well. Okay, so whenever any other employee tries to do the remote login using his employees other employees profile, he would not be able to do because we have registered his face for the remote login. Okay, so in case if any other employees tries to do a remote login for this particular employee, he would not be able to do because the face the face would be a different of the other employee who has registered with Keka. Okay, so I think we want to opt for the same. It is a requirement is best. Definitely, Shrinkala, you can just drop an email to us at support@keka.com. So definitely we'll look after that, like what we can do the best on this. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining the session for today. Okay. So in case if you have any questions, you can just come over the chat for the Keka on Keka platform. So you have a chat box. Okay. So in case if you have any queries that to be addressed in detail, okay. Okay. So you can also reach out to support@keka.com so that we can help you in detail regarding any queries. Okay. Okay. Thank you everyone for your time. You can have a. I hope you have a nice weekend. Take care. We'll come up with a new session coming week. Thank you.